What's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video. This is going to be a quick one. I'm just responding to a female commenter that made a comment 4 days ago. She's the people may say, "Oh, why you responding to a female, man?" Well, because number one, I do what the fuck I want, and number two, because this female commenter has been subscribed to me for 6 months. This is the first time I've seen the comment. I'm gonna link the video as well. Also, my email address, I'm gonna say at the beginning and at the end, is Edward Anderson 300K. That is Edward Anderson 300K at gmail.com. Shout out to PK Angel, who basically reminded me of it. Got to keep people accountable. So that is definitely on point. So that will be in all my emails. So if any of you all, if you already have my email, forward it. If you already have my email, this is the email that I'm gonna be responding to. This is an email that's directly for me. It is for you all. It's for all the stuff that I'm gonna do that is manosphere related. It will be connected to all my devices. So there is no way I can miss it. So I'm telling you right now, if I don't answer, it's because I don't want to answer, not because I did not get it. Uh, and I'm just gonna say that right now, straight up. So that is Edward Anderson 300K at gmail.com. It will be in the description or a pinned comment. Now, this is the video that is talking about the Jenny Mai convo. Um, really proves a lot of points. And what's interesting, one of the reasons why I want to do a response to this is because this is someone that has been, I can see how long somebody's been subscribed to me. A lot of women don't comment, and that's not something that's going to move me. But being this person is listening to me for 6 months, maybe not video after video, but been subscribed that long, you all got to understand. I have 35. I have almost exactly 3,500 subscribers, and out of that, about 99 percent are all men. So that means 3,000. That means I have about 30. Um, yeah, 30. I literally have about 35 female subscribers, and out of those 30, I know at least 6 or 7 or 8 of them. As far as in different parts of the manosphere, Raining Woman, Naima, and a couple of others. So I found this very interesting. So anyway, shout out to CJM. He did the comment thread first where he said at 22 minutes, I've noticed that about intercultural. We'll talk about intercultural dating at this point. So at this point, I was probably ranting or rambling about intercultural dating. Um, so anyway, he said, I noticed that about intercultural dating, native born Black American men, ADOS, FBA, are never encouraged to date Black women from other cultures. The Pan Africanist people only encourage FBA Black American women to date interculturally. We are told that we can only be with FBA women, no matter how dysfunctional some of them may be. I believe jealousy is a huge part of it, and ego, dick policing, concubine talk. So basically, this is probably at the time of the video where I was probably ranting about how I've seen Dynas. Shout out to Dynas Amir, man. Y'all should be subscribed to his stuff. He's doing big things. He actually, what paved the way for him to actually go to Africa and stuff was like his ability to sell things in the corporate world. So he's actually a good example, and he talks about stuff like that. So, base shout out to Xanatos Clutch. I see you, man. Um, so basically, and so that was CJM starting it off. So basically, he's referring to when I was talking about Dynas. Basically, I've seen videos of people that are Pan Africans. They will do videos talking about Black women dating African men, but for some reason they don't talk about Black ADOS men trying to date African women, or non ADOS women, or intercultural dating. Xanatos definitely can understand this, being Xanatos in the DNC area, or he's from the DC, or what they call it, DMV area, where there's a lot of different Black people. Most Black people are not exposed to that at that level in different parts of the United States. So I'm not saying that you all need to date Black women, but what I am saying is, if you're going to be on the pro Black side, or the Hotep side, or the Pan Africanist side, rather than trying to tell people you either date ADOS women or you a coon, maybe you need to try to deal with the culture problem to preserve the genetics, if that's really what you care about. These people are still going to do what the fuck they want to do, but they may have a little bit more respect for you and humor you out and hear you out, because at least they'll see that you're trying to meet them halfway rather than trying to make people do something. And this is kind of one of those things that when people always talk about, black people having a conversation, even though we disagree, this is part of how you do that. You have to let people know that even though I don't agree with you on what you doing, that you see where they're coming from. Now, sometimes you can't do that because people are full of shit. Like when people tell me white supremacy doesn't exist, I can agree to disagree on that if because at the end of the day, I don't need people to believe white supremacy exists for some of the things that I want done anyway. But there's certain things like if somebody tells me the gynocracy doesn't exist, yeah, that's going to be a problem. Because that's going to be an issue. So that's kind of an example. So anyway, that's kind of what sets this up. So now we have. I'm not going to say her name. It is what it is. I'm gonna put the comment in the description when the video uploads. That way you can see it. You can see the video it's from. So anyway, um, so this is from this woman. So they don't want single mothers and fatherless children overpopulation from ADOS losers, how losers. I'm assuming there's a period there. You know how too many of your do wherever you go. I'm gonna read the whole thing, then I'm gonna go back through it. Black women know who black males are just like the world. We leave black women alone, it will be less and less of a choice as black women heal, oh Lord, correct and restore, then explore and will be successful. And the world also know that, and so do. But look, this I'm reading it as it's being said. So do black males do better and be better, or just stay in a position of failure by yourselves in the end? No one to care because it always works against any race of women that do. Black women will not going forward be the women of losers for century anymore. Obviously, black women know and function more in their strength with what opportunities they have to do better and can still correct themselves and do better, and they will and do. But keep hating us just from a distance. We know better and are working on functioning better and drop the weight and burdens. LOL. And what is human nature will be. God. Black women truth will be known because they stand out by nature, God design. Outside of black males, they are successful, and the other races will laugh at your stupidity while you get the worst. They are waiting for your best in bulks. You know how black women do the beehives. This is literally what's being written. Black women will be suitable for productive, no excuses men of any race, free agent. Once again, black males across the world pattern of giving losing their most valuable and unique gifts. But hey, other races of men will do better with them. Black women, keep listening to these commentaries on the days you need motivation to get up and heal, correct and restore. Future won't be your past. It will be better because you will do and dealing with better. Oh my fucking god. Anyway, no, like I said, this is not about me doing the roast section. I'm actually going at this like open and like, well, I'm always open. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And then CJ Rich says, "Good luck to you." Virgin says, "Blah blah blah blah." All right. So now we're gonna go with this piece by piece. So they don't want single mothers and fatherless children overpopulation from ADOS losers. You know how. First of all, this tells me she might not be ADOS. How too many of you do wherever you go. So basically, this is a reference into black men basically just have bastard children no matter where they go, which is actually not true. What would see this is where under see the problem with this whole thing is all of this is just projection and emotionalism, and you see it and it gets more emotional as the words get done, but I'm gonna break it down piece by piece. Number one, she's referencing black men basically no matter who we fuck with or where we go, we have bastard children. Here's the facts. The facts of the matter is 33% of black men are married. That's actually a bigger percentage than black women. Even with that, most black men are married to black women by like 80%. Now that's going down, that's trending down as the millennials are coming up, but that still is where it stands. Also, black also keep in mind that black men are not leaving these marriages. These marriages are being women are the ones that are quitting these marriages. Let's just keep that all the way 100. Um, so that's number one. Number two is 53% of black men don't have children. So this bastard baby maker argument that black men are just spreading their seeds bullshit. Meaning you take 53 plus 30, you play 52 plus 33, you're at seven, um you're at about what, 85, 50%. Yeah, you're about 85, you're 85%. And then when you understand that about 10% of your population is in jail or prison at any given time, doesn't mean they're not having kids. So you really got 15 to 20%, 1 in 5 of black men that are really having bastard kids. Most black men that are married have kids, or at least had kids somewhere. And then you have, so again, blackdemographics.com. If you want your statistics, also Google fast stats, black men and kids. So this net. So again, and look, I was just listening to Angry Man. I actually paused this so I could listen to do this. And Angry Man was just talking about how he was talking about The Color Purple and how his grandmother would not watch it because she said that's not accurate, and how these women literally look at The Color Purple as a feminist bible. So and a lot of the already she's having when and the reason why I deal with the emotions is not to say women are emotional. It's because when you're in an emotional state, you're not thinking objectively. When you're not thinking objectively, pretty much your subconscious stream of consciousness is focus is basically what's coming out. So it's really like how you feel, and it's not based on logic, because the subconscious mind is not based on logic. It absorbs everything and it puts everything out in a very raw form. So you get a good understanding and idea as to what people have been programmed with and imprinted with psychologically. And this is why black women tend to say the same shit over and over, and they damn sure say the same shit over and over when they're upset. Even because when they're in their conscious state, they're pretending. They're socially moving. When they're upset, they really say how they feel. Now, all women do, but black women are all women have some form of ways to cover that shit up because they generally punish for that, versus our women have never had to, never were, so they never had to. And this is why black women do what they do when it comes to that. So, and again, these are the same women that are actively going out and choosing these men. Again, Kevin Samuels has proven you shouldn't have to level up. Like, if you have to level up your relationships, where the fuck are you leveling up from? It's not like you're making a sacrifice to be with certain dudes. You're choosing the best dudes that you want to be at any given time that you can get. So this is obey who you're choosing is a reflection of who you are. Even Kendra said that. So this idea with Kendra, shout out to Kendra, she said you have a baby by the best man that you can get in that at that time. So this idea that black men are just impregnating these chicks and these chicks are not going out of their way. I mean, that's one of the things the manosphere has proven and disproven. And shout out to 1.0. 1.0 started the process of doing that. And then 2.0 definitely basically pretty much finished the job. And Stream Team, one of the roles of Stream Team really is to basically get at these millennials. Because these are dudes that are my age, these are dudes a little bit younger as well, and they're basically getting at these millennials and basically reaffirming in these millennial that what they're doing is the right course as to how they're acting. And no, it's not some new shit. There's some shit that are not too much older than them, but old enough that they can, give meaning to the environment that they're currently dealing with. So that's the first part. This is probably gonna be like 6 or 7 parts. Let's see. Oh, leave black women alone. It will be less and less of a choice as when black women heal, correct, and restore, and then explain and will be successful. Okay, first of all, this word healing. One of the things, you cannot heal until you properly diagnose an issue. So again, this is magical. This is magical talk. Heal. I hate the word fucking heal because the way it's used, we need to heal. The reality is you cannot heal psychologically. Understand the human mind. Most of what fucks black women up is psychological. The weight, all of that is really a form of even look, man, fuck that. Check out mediocre reviews and tutorials. Light skinned dude, cool dude, good dude. I've listened up his videos to say, okay, he's got a good head on his head. You know, Solo. I found him through Solo, TV 84, and by the way, check out some of Solo's old shit. If you like sort for old videos, I didn't realize how many videos he has over a long period of time. Anyway, he has a video just like maybe his last 3 videos in that space that has this Keratin, and Keratin talks about some of this shit when it comes to black women and their weight. It's psychological. All that bullshit about endocrine issues, about health, about it's a medical issue. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. That may apply to maybe like 5%, maybe 10%, but not 80, 90% of that is psychological. Comfort food and what she talks about. Because you know, Karens don't give a fuck about black men. Comfort food, you know, shit like hair, cultural issues, stress, and cultural issues is what really defines the weight. And obviously peer pressure, which is kind of a form of cultural reinforcement. So when you talk about heal, you have to be aware of these things. You have to be aware of the mechanisms that are moving. This is part of why I talk about the gynocracy, because the gynocracy also forces women to deal with shit that they otherwise wouldn't have to deal with. Your mother being a burden to you and feeling like she has a right to be. You women getting kicked out of the house, getting forced to be strong versus the boys being cut off because they got to be strong. A lot of the relationships, all of that shit, you have to be honest about where that comes from. And the problem is what she did in this paragraph, as well as in a whole post, is she just wants to blame black men. Blaming black men are like a control group. That doesn't change your situation. It doesn't. You cannot heal by blaming black men is one of the biggest obstacles for black women to heal, because what they do is they basically kick the can to what their issues are. Even Yvonne Van Zam on Fix My Life, you see a lot of those women that can't heal because they can't confront where the real source of the issues are, which is usually not with black men. Because part of the gynocracy is a part of white supremacy is to say everything's the black man's fault. Everybody knows that everything ain't the black man's fault. And all of that is just kicking the can, and that doesn't help you. You blaming black men is really not the same way as a lot of conservatives talk about blaming white supremacy. You blaming white supremacy is not going to change your individual situation and your individual quality of life. On that, we agree. I'm not going to go as far as to say it doesn't exist, because I understand somebody's smart enough to recognize it exists and still navigate through it. That, like, whatever. But yeah, so when we use these words heal, these are just emotional words that black women use in order to find comfort in their own logic, their own misshapen logic. Also, she says, as we black women do alone become success. First of all, women do not have the same like you have. Your looks is on a timetable. I'm gonna get your super chats. I'm gonna get your super chats. Um, Timetable. You all don't have the fucking time to wait until you're in your mid 30s or late 30s to fucking heal and fix your fucking self. This is why you got people like, and I'm not hating on them, but let's just call it what it is. People like Nicole Michelle, people like April Mason, people like what's that chick that talk about Sprinkle Shearer 7. You got all these women that are basically waiting for your ass to hustle your ass. They're waiting for you to get in your mid to late 30s and take you from your mid to late 30s to your 50 to where you're really fucked. And then the church will be waiting for you to take more money for you until you die. That basically last bus stop, a morsel of sexual marketplace value that you have. And some of these people may have good intentions. I'm not saying they have bad intentions, but the reality is what happens is you walk into different levels of the Alice in Wonderland delusion. Basically, you're by the time you enter 30, especially if you have a kid, you're kind of fucked then. But nobody really wants to tell you that. The only thing that keeps black women in the game is that black men weren't hopping like that. But can you imagine a black female that's a single mother, that's a zillennial, when they get to their 30s, when these young black men are already not fucking with black women like that? The insurance market is not gonna be there like that. A lot of these dudes say, I'll fuck with a Hispanic chick who's got a kid. They're not doing that. So the market is gonna be very much harder. Now she's not a zillennial. I'm just giving an example of where the trends are going. But this thing about, well, black women are getting better. Not really. Not as a group. There's hashtags like Black Women Workout. I see those hashtags, and individually, there's a lot of Black women that are trying to do shit, and kudos to them. But as a group, this shit isn't trending well. It's not. It's not. Let's stop acting like Black women's collective group are losing weight and they're changing their culture. That's not true. And you can't even show me like the upper half or the upper 20% doing that. You can't show me that. So that's just emotional babble. Restore and explore and be successful, whatever. And the world also know that so do Black males do better and be better, or just stay in a position of failure by yourselves in the end. Okay, so this is projecting. This is projecting. First of all, Black men are very much aware of what their collective position is, and Black men are individualists. We're gonna stand on our own individual shit. What we offer a Black non-Black women or women of other cultures, because remember, this is what women of women, all this shit was triggered by women. All this shit was a comment under a comment, a reply to a comment that talked about intercultural dating. This was not a comment that was talking about, that was referencing dating out, even though the video was about Jeezy dating out. So she was already low-key triggered. So remember that. And this is also tells you all that these women get very much triggered by the intercultural dating piece too, because again, that's when I start to realize it's not about race. It's something deeper going on, and that's where that sexual politicking, the theory of sexual politicking, up under all of this pro-Black ADOS FBA shit. And it's starting to make a lot more sense as to why these chicks follow Jason Black, Tariq Nasheed, because a lot of times they kind of are men that reinforce a little bit that mentality, that collective group thing. This is why a lot of Black men generally don't even bring up the thing about race like that, because they know the women will get triggered and they'll fuck up the money. Unless they're gonna tell Black men, to, or tell everybody to not hop. No one to care, because it always works. And also, she's making the assumption. See, again, she's projecting that anybody gives a fuck about Black men as a group in general. See, this is somebody that doesn't understand that Black women have so much more to lose than Black men. Black men are already homeless. Black men are already hit on every front, and we're for the most part used to it. Black women are not used to what could happen. They're not. And this is why they don't understand. They understand it, but they try to act like they don't in the moment. Uh Black women will not going forward be the women of losers for century anymore. Obviously, Black women know and function more in their strength and what opportunities they have to do better, and can still correct themselves and do better, and they will and do. Okay, first of all, the Black women will no longer be going forward. First of all, that's some level up bullshit, which is understand that y'all are still fucking who y'all fucking. Like, y'all act like y'all are changing who you all are fucking. Like, people kill me. It's just like walking delusion. Like, just because you make the declaration, that means something. And then you say it's obviously Black women, and obviously Black women. Here's the truth. The truth is, a lot of what she's talking about has only been going on for like 30 years or 40 years. Like, Black women pre like 1970 had intact households, had intact families. The Black women of that era, they actually physically look different. If you actually look at Black women from that era, and even like women like Pam Grier, and compare them to women today, they physically, and I'm not talking about just weight. Like, a lot of people don't understand, and I've heard Glenn and Cameron allude to this. A lot of that government cheese and that welfare shit had steroids in it. Black women didn't used to, develop at like a very, very early age to where they look like a lot more older than other women of their age like that. That developing hips and ass and shit at a younger age, that shit is actually like a 30-40 year thing. That's not something that was always like that. And a lot of that has to do with a lot of steroids that they put in that government cheese. That's something a lot of y'all need to check out for real. So again, the shit that she's talking about is only like about 2-3 generations old. It's not as old as she likes to make it sound like. So when she says 100 years, she's talking about 1920. Like, what the fuck? You know, she's and again, it's emotionalism. And then talk about women of losers, like, and see, she's basically regurgitating all the criticism, the single motherhood, the weight, all of that, and she's absorbing that. But these are actually relatively new things as far as if you're looking at that scale. And again, she's blaming black men for all of that. Somehow that's all black men's fault. And if you just get away from black men, this is why I keep telling you, brothers, you need to tell these women to basically care. I'm telling you, I was telling y'all to tell these chicks to find another store before Karazin admitted on Kevin's shit that these women don't even lose weight for white men. And with that video that she's doing right now, to shout out the mediocre reviews for covering it, because now she can't just erase it because it's on another channel. They, again, that finding the other store theory and tactic is there. You need to let them know, look, I am not doing something that I would tell you not to do. If you think you can do better somewhere else, take your ass somewhere else. But just know that motherfuckers don't got to take you back anyway. But anyway, like that fucking level up declaration. Anyway, let's move on. Talk about opportunities. We know we'll do better. I know, again, they're not doing better. What are you talking about? Black women are sliding. They're not trending up. They're actually trending down. And see, the problem is you can't take like the top 10% or top 20% of black women and try to say that's all black women. You can't do that. Like, you can't, like, what they're really trying to do, they're like, people don't realize that when they talk about when black women are entrepreneurs or black women that are in these high paying corporate jobs, they're talking about really top 10% of black women. And remember, black women are about 6 to 7% of the population. They're talking about a very small percentage. And a lot of these black women are not ADOS. A lot of these corporate driven black women are not ADOS. That's another thing that people don't really want to talk about. And that's true for black men too, by the way. That's true for black men. But black men have always traditionally got our money out of the blue collar fields. So that's a little bit different. Anyway, but keep hating us. Nobody hates you. Speaking truth to power is not hating you. I get so fucking sick of black women believing is the myth of black men. Yeah, that's another thing. The myth of black male hatred. Black men don't hate black women. Black men hated black women. Black men would have been hopped the fence. We would have did that like a generation. Like millennials would be doing what the zillennials are doing. Like, that's fucking stupid. And again, this is a woman that is subscribed to me for 6 months. Why would you be subscribed? Why would you be subscribed to anybody that you think hates you? See, that's emotional. She knows logically I don't hate black women because she wouldn't be subscribed that long. She knows the shit that I'm saying makes sense. She just doesn't like it. Okay. But keep hating us from a distance. We know better and are working on functioning better and drop the weight and burdens. I mean, oh, okay. What the fuck? The weight and burdens. What burdens? What burdens? Black women have no burdens that they don't volunteer for. I don't understand. What are burdens? What are the burdens? The burdens of these kids. That's a nigga you fucked. You got abortion. The fuck you talking about? There is what have you not what are black men responsible for as far as burdens that you have not volunteered for? It's like a dude talking about the burden of dealing with a stripper bitch. Nigga, you volunteered for that. The fuck? LOL, and hold on, let me give y'all, let me get, I appreciate y'all's super chat, so let me not be an asshole for that. I will not be commenting. Once again, my email going forward is edwardanderson300k@gmail.com. It will be in the description as well as a pin. Appreciate it, Ezreal394 for the 99-cent sticker. Appreciate it, Michael Neal. Appreciate another thing, Michael Neal. He said, can you do a live on the black pill and genetic currency? Would love to hear your thoughts on black men, thug maxing, tattoos, beards, and dreads. I like that term, thug maxing. I like that term. I'm not qualified to talk about black pill. That y'all need to deal with BGS on that. As far as genetic currency, yes, that's my term. I can speak on that. And that thug maxing shit, I can definitely speak on that too. My Michael Neal, you have been pretty good, so we're gonna make you a moderator. And Clan Man, you have also been great, so I'm gonna make you a moderator as well. Level Up, Just Get Glazed by DJ Yoga Flame Pope. Exactly. I mean, y'all know. All right, so let's move on. LOL. What is human nature? What human nature will be? Black women truth will be known. You have 4 days to correct this shit. Black women truth will be known because they stand out by nature, God, design, and outside black males. They are successful, and other races will laugh at your stupidity while you get the worst. They are waiting for the best in both, and you know how. A, first of all, black men are dating black women, dating non-black women, or interculturally dating with black women in their class. There is not no Lawrences are not fucking going down and dating the hoods of other women, because you got to remember, black men don't have access to a lot of not ADOS women like that. That's number one. Number two, not ADO. That's number one. Number two, this myth that black men are like quality black men are like dating redneck bitches or dating lower grade black women, non-black women, that is a myth. And you know what? If you want to believe that, more power to you. That doesn't harm anybody. You see, that's another thing too. Honestly, I'd rather you believe that. I'd rather white men believe that, because that makes black men less of a threat. As far as it allows black men to get under the radar. And just to be fair, SWP used to say something used to get on my nerves. And Xanatos Clutch, if he's still here, he can speak on this. This dark skinned male myth that light skinned niggas are like losing in the sexual marketplace. These women can have you believe in that shit, but I'm glad BJ, that's not true. It's not true. And you know what? It's not one of those things that I give a shit about arguing with you all about, because that makes you all more comfortable. And the reality is, this is why you don't really see a lot of light skinned dudes out here complaining. We do what we do. We're able to move under the radar because it's not about getting attention. It's about getting the results. And you have people like SWP who's from Philly, Obsidian with the buttermilk nigga shit from Philly. I don't know what it is about Philly niggas. Well, people gotta believe that shit. And it's the same thing with this idea that black men are just like, a black man is doing well, he's just getting a fucked up female. And if he is with a female that he could do better than, it's because he's getting the intangibles from her he needs to get. Like when you look at the Amari Hardrick shit and look at that relationship, now compare that to Jesse Williams, who is mixed and now's got to pay like 40,000 to a chick that he was broke when he got with, and gave 2 kids buying her ass ugly as fuck. Ugliest light skinned chick I ever seen. So again, there's a reason. But as far as dudes being with these fat chicks, if a dude is with a fat white chick, a dude has been fucking fat black chicks. I don't know why black men, these folks pull that bullshit. As far as people will know your truth. Everybody already knows how black women get down. That's an open secret. It's only black women that believe that they're hiding. Everybody knows how y'all get down. The women know how y'all get down. The men know how, different races know how y'all get down. Why you think y'all getting your ass beat by these other races? They know how y'all get down. The fuck you talking about? Like this, but see, that's a part of the idea that this is a keeps best kept secret. That's another black female delusion. And because if they actually knew that everybody really knew how to get down, they would feel naked, exposed, and it would psychologically damage them to even think about that. There's certain thoughts that if you think about it, it actually harms you. And so delusions are really there for you to protect you. And by the way, shout out to Star Trek Discovery. I just watched that first episode with a black woman. And it's got the English brother. So nice to see some actual black people on there, and it was a black episode. Very good episode. The white boys hate that show, but whatever. To the black women truth will be known. This sounds like an intersectional wet dream. Black women truth will be known, and everybody will be laughing at you while they give you the worst of their women, and you absorb it. You can keep on believing that shit. Oh, I love this. So black women truth will be known because they stand out by nature God, that goddess deity bullshit. And outside of black males, they're successful and other races. Oh, hold on. So she said God designed, and outside of black males, they are successful and other races will laugh. Okay, so if that's true, why in the fuck are you looking for black men to date? I'm talking about 92s. If that's true, then why are you date? If that is true, then why are you dating black men? Don't say it's because you're race loyal, because that's bullshit. And that's one of the things that I really wanted to establish in the manosphere. Black women are loyal to their options. They are not race loyal. Hell, if these white bitches are not going to be race loyal with what the white man is giving the white woman, Bill Burr, what the fuck? How the fuck you really think? What? That makes no sense. So what she's really saying is, well, we'll be successful. Okay, then go get them. We're fucking them. The other races of women. So what come on now. I mean, and this is why you got to tell these women, then go. Like, for real, I'll help you. If you want to get a white man, if you're going to go to Europe, the best places to go is Germany and Italy. Those are the two best places. I'll help you. What? I'm dead ass. I'm not playing. I will actually help you. I'd rather you go be happy and shut the fuck up. Go be like Eve. But if they leave your ass with some kids, you fuck. Anyway. So, but that wasn't even the funny part. She said, "We'll get they're successful with other races and will laugh at your stupidity while you get their worst. They are waiting for your best. They are waiting for your best. They are waiting for your best." That's what she said. As far as the women, as if there's something that's stopping that from happening right now. As if white men are like, oh my God, they're waiting for your best in bulks. You know how black women do the beehives. Whatever. Black women will be suitable for productive, no excuse men of any race. Black women will be suitable for productive, no excuse men of any race. Black women will be suitable for productive, no excuse men of any race. Last time, black women will be suitable for productive, no excuse men of any race. Okay, show me. Because all I see is Lonnie Love. All I see is Serena Williams having the day down. That's what the fuck I see. Or I see women like Garcelle Beauvoir, who basically wait till they get 50. Holly Berry. Show me. Christina Milian with her husband don't like her daughter looking black. Their daughter, Halle Berry, who's talking about her white boys was fucking his sister, and did not want was kind of anti-black as far as biracial on the black side of the game. Eve is the only one. Look, say what you want to about Eve. Eve is winning, and I'm not gonna hate on Eve. Eve made it to Eve, whatever pot of gold she had, whatever soul she had to sell the devil, a sacrifice she had. You know how you niggas are with that. If anybody need to be looking at that, it's y'all for Eve. But Eve is winning. But how many Eves are there? How many Eves are there? Eve's like one in not even a million. So shout out to Eve. Eve made it. Eve made it. I'm not hating on Eve. She just need to keep Chris Brown's name out of her mouth. But Eve made it. But for every one Eve, there's like 300,000 or 500,000 Lonnie Loves in those situations. So remember that. Black women will be suitable for productive, no excuses men of any race. And by the way, why are you accepting this? Why do you accept excuses for black men? What is it? We know what that is. You can make all excuses in the world when you are feeding into your own lust. A man does not have to have. A man can have all excuses in the world if you ain't really looking for him to do shit. Anyway, black women will be suitable for productive, no excuse men of any race. Free agent. as if black women have not been free agents already. It's like black women have been like, black women think they're Carmelo Anthony, but they actually get played like they Carmelo Anthony. You a free agent, ain't nobody really buying like that. Once again, black males across the world pattern of giving or losing their most valuable and unique gifts. Okay, across the world. So she's really broad. This is a chick that's in America, broad stroking all black men. Wow. But hey, other races of men will and do better with them. So basically, she's saying that other races of men tend to do better with black women. First of all, ask Robert De Niro that. And second of all, that's not true. The problem is black women have been taught not to submit to black men. They believe black men should submit to them. They don't operate this way with other races of men. It has nothing to do with the men. Jason Pope proved that. The dude that was the sperminator proved that. All of these bottom shelf brads prove that. So we know good and goddamn well. It's also that projection about black women getting the best of black men, non-black men. We know that's not true. That's how I know she's projecting. Black women keep listening to these commentaries on the days you need motivation to get up and heal, correct and restore your future. Won't be your past. Your future won't be your past. Are you fucking kidding me? Let me say it this way. Do you believe that you can have a better dating experience or better quality of life in your 30s than in your 20s? How about in your 40s and in your 30s? How about in your 50s and in your 40s? We're talking about relationships now. This is delusional. Your future won't be your past. Actually, I call bullshit on that, because it's not only that your future won't be your past. I can actually tell you, chances are your mother's past is gonna be your future. You can predict, unless these women, there's some women every once in a while that absolutely rebels against their matriarch, but you can look at the women in a chick's family and know about 80% of what that chick is gonna be. I can look at your mother and know what you're gonna most likely look like once you have children. I've known chicks that are bad as hell, and they mamas are ugly as fuck. And I've fucked them, but I couldn't do it because I knew when they were gonna have kids. I knew how they were gonna look, and I swear it's like 3 women I'm thinking about right now. And if they're not already looking like their moms, and I'm not even talking about like they don't eat bad or anything like that, like they're starting to. And we're not even talking about culturally. You don't bend from that. So not only is your past your future, your mother's past is your future. And see, that's the delusion. And that is way more true than that is not true. It's sad, but it's true. And then as far as just listening to me for motivation to heal, you shouldn't need to listen. First of all, if you perceive what I'm saying is negative, you shouldn't need to listen to that to motivate. That's also kind of a dysfunction. And black people got to stop doing that, because I know black men do that. I don't listen to me. What my negativity? Oh, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna get this non-black man and laugh in your face. Because at the end of the day, even if you with a not, like, that's the thing about Karen. Even if she's with a non-black man, she's still worrying about black men. She just now starting to get over that, and other men can detect that. It will be better because you will be, and you're doing and dealing with better. First of all, like, this is why I started this video by saying it's only about 20, 25, 30 black women that listen to my channel. So if you're doing and she knows this because she's looked at the post, she knows women never comment. She's the first woman in a while that's actually commented other than, hey, how are you? So the fact, and I'm gonna tell you something too. The reason why a lot of these women come on YouTube, because they know Facebook's so full of shit. They know Facebook is just an echo chamber of yes people. So you're never gonna hear the truth in Facebook, because it's all about cookie cakes and rainbows and candy cakes. The truth is not really allowed. You have to. That's why Facebook is great for marketing, because you gas people up on Facebook. You look, you know. So anyway. I just want and like, I didn't roast her. I'm giving on my honest commentary to a comment that she made. Shout out to the Roger Report, much appreciated. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Roger Report, both channels. Also check out some of the stuff that the habitual line steppers are doing when it comes to the geekdom stuff. In fact, I did a screenshot Mike O'Neill because I'm definitely gonna do that thug maxing. I love that. Black women are like easy pick six for the white boys. Yeah, even the weirdo ones, and that's where that Veganator video is important. So again, I just wanted to give her some attention. And I'm not mad. I'm actually not mad. I'm not upset. I'm not angry with her. I appreciate her being a subscriber. Um, Attack man, I'm the Lord of the Rings. But the thing about it is, this first of all, this information is not for her. And that's the thing. Women have this arrogance. They believe that anything black men say is supposed to cater to them. That's why a lot of them do come here. Jada Black has spoken on that. And then yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, um, when black women get upset, they fall in these delusions. And it's not about being angry about them. It's about recognizing they exist. And BGS talks about the environment. I understand that. I agree with that. But understand, just because the environment changes, this stuff just gets buried. It goes into hibernation, but they don't change. And see, this is why a lot of these brothers that's sitting here, they buy in their own delusions, talking, get them likes up, y'all. Them delusions talking about, well, man, if a man just does this or does that, that shit don't mean shit. What a man does it doesn't mean shit. They are who they are. And I mean, that just is what it is. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do what you need to do for your best interest, but this idea that you can change a bitch, you're fucking stupid. And you got too many dudes that still want to believe that shit. They want to believe you can change a bitch. And a lot of you all will have a lot less heartache if y'all, and I'm not saying to not deal with black women, you can't change a white bitch. You have to know what you're dealing with them and why. Like a lot of y'all think, oh, well, the white bitch, they actually love me for who I am. No, they're dealing with a lot of fetish. It's a byproduct of a lot of negative black male promotion, which is actually bit a lot of these folks in the ass. So don't ever be under any illusions as to what you're dealing with. But anyway, y'all, that's been great. Hope you all like the commentary. It's been good 47 minutes. So you all got another No, I understand what BGS was talking about. I understand what he's talking about. No, I'm not tired of women's delusions. You need to shout out the nameless. You need to understand their delusions so you can navigate around them. That's the purpose of this. The purpose of this is not to change anything. It's kind of like seeing the blitz or seeing the zone so you can know how to, throw the pass in front of it. That's all it is. You got to be able to read the defense. And that's what life is. That's why I talk, to the extent that I talk about the gynocracy, that's what that's for. To the extent that I talk about white supremacy, that's what that's for. I don't, you all know that at the end of the day, your own situation is up to you first and foremost. You motherfuckers are in America. You motherfuckers are not in Africa. You all have advantages here that you won't have anywhere else. It's better to be black here than to be everywhere else. So, but at the same time, I'm not going to be delusional and then say some shit doesn't exist. But whatever. Anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Definitely check out, I guess, Angry Man if he's still ongoing. That's what I was looking at. And with that being said, this is Edward signing off. You said Eve is taking care of another woman's kid. She's losing. Not really. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I disagree with that. I mean, she's with a billionaire. I mean, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it, nameless. And once again, it's Edward Anderson 300K at Gmail. Don't worry about it. It will be in the pin in the description once this stuff gets uploaded. And yeah, and to that subscriber, you probably know who you are. Again, I do this in good spirits. Appreciate the comment. Appreciate you being a subscriber. You want to unsubscribe? I definitely understand. Yeah. It is what it is. Peace out.